What's up, everybody? It's your boy True Element 78 in the building with
the reigning and defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer, the leader of Kofi-Mania, whoa, Kofi-Mania, and the Wrestlemania champion, Xavier Mustafa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the hot mouth, the natural Chris Black.
It's a hot mic tonight, y'all. We are here with a quick little 20 to 30 minute Wrestlemania review for you guys. We're not looking at any of the results or anything. This is going to be the things that were most impactful to us, which right now is going to be off the top of our heads. Obviously, the things that we remember were the most impactful. So we'll start things off just going down the line and asking everybody what were their overall thoughts on the show tonight. And if they want to, they can give it a rating. We'll start with the natural Chris Black.
I want to say tonight was very shocking, to say the least. There's a lot of unpredictable outcomes, which I don't know, WWE is kind of known for. They always say anything can happen in WWE. Well, anything could happen, and it did happen tonight. Lots of surprises. Things didn't go as well as I thought they would as far as my picks, but all in all, very good match. Sure, there was a couple dead spots in a couple of the matches, but all in all, pretty good pay-per-view. I don't know if you want to get a rating out of how many.
We can do it out of 5.
Out of 5, I'll give it
We'll do
about
out of
4.
6. We'll do it different. We'll do it out of 6.
Out of 6, I'll give it a 5. I don't want to give it a perfect 6, but it was close enough for what it's worth.
Xavier Mustafa.
I don't know, I kind of want to give it a 6 because I want a lot out of this, because not only did I win the Burner Bliss Challenge, which I'm very thankful for, because I don't like excruciatingly hot things in my mouth. That sounds inappropriate. So yeah, I get to sleep well tonight, and I get to wake up and not be uncomfortable like my 2 co-hosts are. But I thought it was great. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it, even though there were 18,000 matches. For the most part, it feels like it did go pretty fast, even though it ended at 11:30. My standout moment, I would say, is probably Kofi winning the WWE Championship. That was had a tear in my eye. I was so happy.
And as far as I go, I would give it overall for me, I'll give it a 4. It wasn't completely predictable. It was very face heavy though. Every title changed hands except for the Raw Tag Team titles. So I would give it a 4. I'm pretty sure, like, if my mouth wasn't on fire from the Burner Bliss Challenge right now, it might rank a little bit higher, because those who listen to our YouTube episode that we uploaded with our WrestleMania predictions, Xavier Mustafa over here picked Bobby Lashley to win. And anybody who picks Bobby Lashley to beat the Demon should not win anything.
We got Demon Lashley tonight, though, so he evened out that demon power that Finn had. But yeah, he should have won. Leo Rush, I'm blaming you, bro. You could have grabbed a ref leg. You could have jumped up on the apron. You could have did something. You just watched your bro get pinned. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be brought up. Also, just to let you guys know, some recording notes for the week. We do have our a new episode going up this Saturday. So that's where we're going to go more in depth on the WrestleMania results, Raw and SmackDown, and, other little news tidbits that happen throughout the week. With that being said, Xavier Mustafa did mention the big moment of the night, I would say, besides the women main eventing WrestleMania, would be Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship. And my words, I don't know if these are my co-hosts' opinions, we've discussed this on the show, the first ever black WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Kofi Kingston. I thought it was a phenomenal match. Both guys put their entire heart into it. In my opinion, I feel that should have been the main event after watching the actual main event. Not that the women didn't do a good job, but the ending, I don't know if the ending was planned to be the way that it was or if it was a botch. But that kind of soured the women in the main event to me. And also there were some questionable spots where they felt like they were kind of rushing. But I throw it back to Chris Black. What were your standout moments of the night that you feel deserve discussion?
Definitely. It's got to be Kofi Kingston walking away with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That was a moment. The electricity, you can just feel the atmosphere. It was hot. Kofi Kingston gave it his all. Daniel Bryan gave it his all. I mean, it was a good showing for both of them. Let's see. Another one of my top one was the women's match, the triple threat match. Didn't deliver as good as I thought it would. It was a little bit sloppy. I don't know if that was just nerves or whatever, but I mean, the women they did their best. They went out there and they had one hell of a match, but nobody's perfect, and everybody's always going to be your own toughest critic. So I'm pretty sure these ladies are going to be looking back like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. But all in all, it was a historical night. The women main evented for the first time at WrestleMania. The crowd was hot for them. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else that really stands out. Seth Rollins beating Brock Lesnar and that being the first match, that was probably the most shocking of the night.
Yeah, I would agree. That shocked me. That first of all, that Brock Lesnar kicked off the night, and second of all, that Brock Lesnar took the loss in his match against Seth Rollins.
Quick at that.
So Xavier, Mustafa?
I enjoyed watching Batista act like he forgot he had feet. So I forgot that Batista walking around like he forgot he had feet, falling all over the place was very hysterical. It just threw me off.
Another thing that was kind of shocking, and it was kind of disappointing, is them wasting Thugonomics John Cena on Elias and not giving that to Kurt Angle. I thought that was kind of disappointing. It was good to see Thugonomics John Cena. I thought that was pretty awesome for him to come out, but for him to be used in the way that he was, I think that was underutilization of him as a character.
So did we just usher in the new age of the WWE? Are we going away from PG now?
After watching the Hall of Fame and the comments and video packages for D-Generation X, it feels like we're going back to that more edgy style. Maybe not necessarily all the way back to Attitude, but definitely more ruthless aggression. Which is also, I think, the main event under-delivered. We've seen these women beat the hell out of each other with kendo sticks and everything, and they're in a triple threat, no disqualification match, and the best that we can get is Charlotte being kind of put through a table, not completely put through a table. So for everything to go home with them with the police and everything that they did to build into this WrestleMania, the main event to me underperformed just basically because I didn't feel the animosity in this match. It felt more like they were going through the motions. It was a standard triple threat match for these women. I don't think that they did enough. We seen them do more in the ladder match that they had with Asuka, as far as Charlotte, Becky, and Asuka. We saw Charlotte and Ronda Rousey do more in their match, and we've seen them do more on the shows leading into the pay-per-view, which is why I feel the main event was somewhat disappointing. And also, maybe things never live up to the hype, and maybe it was hyped up so much that it could never live up to that hype, but I just feel like the intensity wasn't there that was needed for that match tonight.
I still feel like at the end of the day, I think the win was still deserved, and I think
not taking anything away, it was definitely deserved, and it was the right decision because I've had felt that Becky had been losing momentum leading into WrestleMania. She was kind of being pushed back into the foreground. So Becky had it was win or bust for Becky Lynch tonight, and she won. So
I would say it was great actually going to the Royal Rumble and actually being one of those people hysterically cheering for Becky when she got in the Rumble, when she won the Royal, and her Raw and SmackDown appearances, and all the way, rounding it out here at WrestleMania, thought it was a good ride.
I just hope that Becky Lynch's title run, this title run specifically, just isn't a flop. I hope it isn't. I don't know. WWE kind of tends to, when fans finally get that champion that they've been anticipating, it never lives up to expectations. So I'm hoping that this is not the case. Yeah, I don't know. Another disappointing part of the night for me, I think that the Shane McMahon and the Miz match was kind of disappointing. Sure, they had the insane bumps, but that's just Shane McMahon. He's always gonna kind of outdo himself as far as bumping goes. But I don't know. It's just there's something was just off about that match.
I actually enjoyed that match because besides the Triple H match, they were one of the few matches that actually used the stipulation.
True. Yeah, but I mean, it seemed like the first half of that match was kind of choppy, and then towards the end, they kind of pulled it back together. But I don't know. Maybe I expected something else from it.
My biggest criticism of the match was the ending. Like, it was great they did the superplex onto, out off of the scaffold or whatnot, but when you heard them go through it, you can obviously hear that it was padded. So I would have rather them do similar to what they did. I think that was with the Undertaker. He had did something through a stage with somebody, and then what they did was they did a cutaway with the camera, and then when they moved the camera back, it looked like they actually hit the ground and they moved all the whatever they fell into away. I would have felt better that way than actually just hearing them. I won't say fall on pillows because I'm pretty sure it was harder than pillows, but it sounded like they didn't land on anything. So I was kind of disappointed in that.
Right. The Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio, basically a squash.
Pretty much.
To me, I feel that with that loss, there's nothing. Rey Mysterio is going to be the next to probably have a retirement match. And also, it's kind of funny that I don't know what they're going to do with Batista. Like, we know that his comments was that he only wanted to have one more match, and that wasn't ever really said on television that I can recall. So with him losing to Triple H now, I wonder where does that go for Batista? Does he just go away now, or is he going to be around for a while? Because if he's going away now, and that was his last match, it was very unceremonious.
No, I wouldn't say that I was expecting like a 5-star match from Triple H and Batista, but I will say that I was expecting better from those two. Maybe because, Triple H is, in my opinion, is just a great ring general and can carry anyone to a pretty decent match. Batista, I'm pretty sure there was some ring rust in there, but again, there was just something missing in this match, and Batista just was all over the place and just was very awkward in the ring, and his footing was wrong, his timing was wrong. I mean, he tripped getting into the ropes, for God's sakes. I don't know. That match was very, very disappointing, and I'm very big, if you've heard on the podcast, I'm very big on, I'm very high on Triple H as a performer, and tonight he just underperformed in my opinion.
Well, I want to talk about a victory today that me and I believe True Element as well have been predicting for a long time, and it's about time that the Iconics finally get some gold around their waist, because I think it's well deserved. I think those ladies have put on great performances. As far as at least their mic work has been phenomenal since they've been on the main roster, even when they were in NXT. So I'm glad that they finally got some titles. Now we get to see them on both brands cutting promos. This is going to be great. I'm loving it.
They are going to be transitional champions, and they're going to be losing those belts to the Sky Pirates.
What? All right, I like the Sky Pirates. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Iconics held it for a little bit.
I think the Iconics they're gonna float around as some chicken shit heels and do a lot of dastardly stuff to keep the titles, but I don't really expect anything amazing from them in the ring. I mean, they're good characters, but work rate wise, it's not up to par.
One thing I do want to throw out there was probably I would say pretty much everybody who won their respective matches tonight on the card was the right call, except for one match. I feel it was the wrong call.
Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor?
Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre.
Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. They had an opportunity to build a star there and to continue to tell the story of Roman Reigns and to further his character after coming back from leukemia. But they chose to put Roman Reigns over Drew McIntyre. And now I don't see what the role for Drew McIntyre looks like. He was looking like a very, very, very credible threat to the entire locker room. And now he loses to Roman Reigns. And I don't see where Roman Reigns goes now, besides back into the main event picture. and it just knocks Drew McIntyre back down. So I don't know what the experiment here is, if it's going back to the old Roman Reigns experiment, or if we're going to continue this feud between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, because I can't see him just letting this go and going on to somewhere else. I do know we have the shakeup coming, but I thought that was just a bad decision on WWE's part tonight.
Well, I do think that we'll probably see Drew McIntyre in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal next year, wrestling against two co-hosts of, let's say, Mad TV or something.
They're going to fight John Oliver.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, he did not have to win tonight. He just didn't. And I mean, plus that gives him something to work on, something to achieve later on. Like, okay, where does Roman Reigns go from here? I just it was a bad decision. Drew McIntyre, they've been building him up as this monster heel, as this psychopath or whatever, and now what? He got stopped by Roman Reigns.
Right. I do want to give a shout out to Dana Brooke tonight in the women's battle royale. She actually got her little shine in. I appreciated that, and I thought that was pretty phenomenal. Carmella winning, I was kind of disappointed by that. I did. It was funny. One of my predictions was Sarah Logan would win, and she ended up being one of the final people in the ring. So that's pretty good, letting her get her shine.
I was rooting for Selena Vega, but she didn't make it.
And then, as far as the men's battle royale goes, Braun Strowman wins another one. He can always win these gimmicks, but he can never win the title. He's like Samoa Joe until Samoa Joe won the United States title.
And Braun Strowman was just looking amazing tonight. I mean, he's obviously cut some weight. I mean, he just looks really, really good. It's a shame that, like you said, he can win the little gimmick matches like last year at WrestleMania, the little tag match with the 10-year-old Nicholas. This year, the Battle Royal, the year before the Battle Royal. Like, he can win the little gimmick matches, but yeah, when it comes to winning the big matches, nope, he always falls short. And a guy like Braun Strowman, he shouldn't fall short in anything.
Well, you proved tonight that anybody can get these hands unless it's a WWE title match. Then they don't get them hands.
All right, same thing with Finn Balor. Finn Balor proved tonight that the Intercontinental title was more important than the Universal title. But who knows? Maybe this leads back into... Well, Finn Balor has the Intercontinental Championship now, but I would love to see the rematch between the Demon and Seth Rollins for the Universal title. But
I want Bobby Lashley to get his title back. Damn it!
I'm about to say, where does Bobby Lashley? Hell, where does Finn Balor go from here? I don't want to see them feud with each other.
Walter's
anymore.
coming to the main roster, and he's going to feud with Finn Balor.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know. Finn will run his ass back to the UK or whatever.
But yeah, you guys got anything else you want to mention about WrestleMania? Any thoughts? Any predictions for Monday Night Raw?
I'm going to give a shout out to Tony Nese. Tony Nese was on fire today, and he started me off on the right foot by giving me some early points about getting the W over
Buddy Murphy.
I won't say Blake Murphy. Buddy Murphy.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just bring up something that I just saw when I'm looking at this card.
Let me guess,
So,
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder?
no, Ricochet and Aleister Black. They lost their SmackDown Tag Team Championship opportunity. Then they also lost the NXT Tag Team opportunity.
So are they going to be singles? Is that what you're going to ask now?
What the hell? Like, what's going on? I don't think that they should be stuck in a tag team. But okay, they just lost 2 big matches. So I don't know, where do they go? Where do they go from here? I think
make a pretty impressive tag team, though.
I
But I think if they split them up,
I don't like them as a tag team.
I think Aleister Black will be the one that will fall by the wayside. Because I don't see where he would kind of fit in.
Well, I think
As far as the
Bray
singles.
Wyatt when he comes back.
I
Bray
think-
Wyatt, Aleister Black.
I think we're going to have Ricochet and Finn Balor are going to have something for this Intercontinental Championship.
I can see that.
Face versus face?
It's not going to be face versus face.
Who's going to be the heel?
Finn Balor.
I'd like to see that.
Has Finn Balor ever been ill?
Not
New
WWE.
Japan, not WWE.
Not WWE.
I can't even picture him being.
He's a better... I like him.
That character would be better as a
The
heel.
character would... Yeah, because it's a very swarmy smile that he has. It's not...
And he can pull it off by saying he'll wrestle as himself, but then he's kind of like, you know, like Bruce Banner, like you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
It's kind of like Venom.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, there's a million things they can do with that gimmick as a heel. As a babyface, it's just, to me, it's not effective at all.
All right. I did mention it, and I want to bring it up a little bit more. What do you guys think of the Revival laying on their backs for Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder?
I think they're done. If they haven't re-signed the contract, I think they're done. I think they're done because they lost to DIY, they lost to Aleister Black and Ricochet non-title matches. They just lost to 2 jobbers. They're done. They're done.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, they have to pay off the Kurt Hawkins thing. I mean, that's been going on.
Let me ask you a question. Have they won a match since they got them titles?
They did. They won one. They won 1 or 2.
I can't say definitively.
Because they're like, oh, we're gonna leave. They're talking about they're gonna leave, and then suddenly, oh, well, here's the titles, but you're still gonna lose. I don't know.
Well, I'll say Raw and SmackDown is going to be very interesting. I think we will probably have some title changes again this week. So we'll see what happens. Revival will probably get them back.
I don't know. I'm thinking about that again. I don't think they're going to do any title changes in the next 2 days. I don't think so.
You guys got anything else that you want to mention about WrestleMania?
Fuck that Burning Bliss challenge.
Yeah, that video is going to be live, like I said, up on our YouTube page. Be sure to, well, this is going up on the YouTube page as well. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check out our Burner Bliss challenge. Or I may just tack this on at the end of the Burner Bliss challenge, and you can watch that and then it goes straight into this. Other than that, if nobody else has anything, you've been listening to Saturday Night SlamCasters. We want to thank all you guys who've been supporting us and tuning into the podcast and tuning into our YouTube channel. Continue to tune in, continue to subscribe, continue to share, continue to like, continue to leave reviews and give us your feedback. Other than that, you've been listening to Saturday Night SlamCasters. Come get slammed. We up out of here. Peace. Stay down.